Okay, this is going to be an express version of Snowman in the Morning because I have been running so late today with all the running around that I was doing, have been doing, and need to do. So I'm going to limit this to a 50-minute episode. You'll get the full episode in the podcast version. And despite what you see in the thumbnail, I'll change that on the post edit. What we had planned for yesterday couldn't execute, and I even planned to start late because so many things were going on, especially with my doctor's appointments. So you'll see a change in time, and you'll see a few segments today that, like I said, we're going to limit this to the top of the hour so we can stay on schedule. Apologies to the television networks. I will get this together, and I will work on getting it together today. With that said, let's go. On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Kevin Durant, you should have left California.
This Brownsexual upset me in having to bring this teenage idiot from Wisconsin into a sports conversation. Are you really surprised the Cowboys are giving up on Ezekiel Elliott?
Whoa. Hell no! Well, no one cares about baseball.
Bitch, are you for real?
Even with the express version, I'm bringing you the best sports talk show in the world. Late start today. Thank you all for being patient. And I know it's the afternoon in some areas, but I got to use my signature. Good morning. Welcome to the late starting express edition on Wednesday of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. Sick Diggy in the chat with this. Chris Mason with this. Chris, where are you watching from? Want to shout you out properly. How do you like the new set? It's something I have been working on for the past couple of days. I'm going to add some things. I'm going to add some things to it, but I want to set it up where I can also have guests on as well. We'll figure this out as we go. Chris Mason is from listening from Detroit. So a shout out to you and the Detroit Lions. Thank you, Chris. If y'all like what you see and hear, then please consider making a donation to $Tallman Dr. K50 or $host Cole Johnson. You can also hit us via PayPal at Snowman2172. Okay, let's dig in, shall we? Well, let me welcome those of you watching on, of course, Snowman Multimedia on YouTube, as well as the Shady Sports Network, also on YouTube. Let me welcome those of you listening on WIRU-DB in Chicago, WQEE in Atlanta, KSOS in Salem, Oregon, and WLEO in Baltimore. While I'm getting what's up, Mike Green? This is an improvisational show. I do have a few subjects I'm going to put in this express version. Let me update y'all on the podcast version of the show. You'll get the best hour to hour plus from the show. And what I'm also going to do the week of the Super Bowl is something I had thought about doing. I've hemmed and hawed about it for the longest time, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to extend it. Now, here's how that's going to work. Yes, you will see me live. You will see my guests live, but there will be some segments given time constraints that I will tape in advance and will work into the show. I'll be monitoring from here in the studio, so whenever y'all make a comment, I can respond to it, or one of my associates will respond to it. But it's just something. Chris Mason says extend it. I'm going to go ahead and extend it. And beginning the week of the Super Bowl, and I think it's appropriate that we do it Super Bowl week, the show will go from 8 a.m. to noon Eastern time. And what I also will do, and I want Mike, Sick Diggy, and Chris to offer their thoughts on this, I'm thinking about exclusively, until I work it out, the time with my television partners, because I have two of them, thinking of also moving this to YouTube exclusively. So let me know you guys' thoughts on that as I make an adjustment here with my camera. I want y'all to see and hear the best, but I want y'all to let me know what you think, because I'm on several platforms. I will be on several platforms, audibly, in particular Odyssey. Chris Mason says I don't know. Bobby Wright, Bobby Fatmac, one of my dear friends, says the intro is nice. You can thank Cole Johnson for that piece of genius, because Cole is the reason I have this. I have the intro, and he is my executive producer. Bobby, I want you involved in the show somehow. I want to work. I want to work it out. I want to work out everything with my television partners, of which we have two. BS3 TV Network. Welcome to those of you listening down out of Texas, and of course Zebo TV, based out of Reno, Nevada. So much change that we're doing with this being the last day of January. I want to implement some changes going forward that will streamline the show, that will get everything out there. What we are also doing, I think it's better to stay on multiple platforms. Okay. Can be quite fickle at times. True. Very true. Very true. Like I said, it was just a thought, but y'all have expressed it. I think I'm going to go ahead and stay on multiple platforms, audibly and visually. Keep everything there. Nice visual as well. Snowman Multimedia. Thank you, Sick Diggy, for that. Sick Diggy joining us from Norway. And like I said, the big announcement that I just dropped and I just thought of this morning, I'm going to go ahead and extend the show. I'm going to go ahead and extend it to a full 4 hours, some live, some taped, but the comments, that's what I wanted to say, will be always monitored. iHeartRadio, yes, I am on iHeartRadio. I'm going to take care of that today. I used yesterday as a catch-up day. I'm going to use today as a catch-up day also. Got a lot of stuff done around the house. I want to work on the visual, especially when I have guests, because I want to bring the best to you guys. And without you guys, Snowman in the Morning would not have lasted as long as we have. We are in our 10th season, and I'm making changes as we go along visibly, so y'all can see the absolute best of the best of the best. Make sure on YouTube you like, share, and subscribe. Do the same on Facebook Live. We're getting into Rumble as well. We're going to do the same with Instagram. I haven't figured that out yet. Figuring out a lot of stuff as we go along. All right, I've done enough talking. Let's take a break. And when we come back, I have a few notes about one Caleb Williams. And the note is, he sucks. And I'm going to roast him and the Chicago Bears. Why, you ask? Y'all will know when I get back. Back in a flash.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Ready to hang with some fellas who know football? Let's ride. LC Muscles 28.
I think they're the most overrated defense in the league.
Steel Sermon.
We did not trail for a single second.
Tiny Tim.
McCarthy is a bonehead.
A Pizzle 90.
I'm going with my boys. Fins up, baby.
Get ready for the 4 Horsemen of Peckham's. Every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central on YouTube.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
I keep forgetting to push the doggone button. All right. Caleb Williams. I'm just going to jump right into it while I'm thinking about it. The Super Bowl is upon us, but the NBA, NHL, and college hoops are in action as well. And if you want the best action, BetUS.com is the way to go. The sportsbook is celebrating their 30th year with the best action at the best time. Log on to BETUS.com and use the code Snowman for a 125% deposit match. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Okay, Caleb Williams, you suck as a football player. You're not good. Your footwork is awful. Your decision-making is skittish. And your arm is average. Now that I've gotten people's attention, let me explain. I've seen the highlights of Caleb Williams. I'm not impressed. I have seen 3 full games and had a chance to call 2 of them involving one Caleb Williams. And I'm even less impressed with that. And he's supposed to be the number 1 overall pick. Let me pose a question. How in the blue hell does that happen? How? How does a guy who is underdeveloped and in some ways unappreciated, I can dig that, and he played for USC, and he was supposed to bring USC to prominence. Nope, the key phrases. Supposed to. He didn't. Okay? He didn't. Period. He did not. Wise El Jefe, my brother, the Stuck in My Mind podcast. If y'all haven't had a chance to check out the Stuck in My Mind podcast, please do so. It's a fabulous show. And also he is one half of the team of a great show called Mentality. So Wise El Jefe, I love you. We met 4 years ago this month. I love you, brother. Back to Caleb Williams. You ain't ready. Back to Caleb Williams. You're underdeveloped. Back to Caleb Williams. If you had a good line in front of you at USC. Unfortunately, your decision making, as I said, was very skittish. Quite skittish. One of the games I had a chance to cover with Caleb Williams came against a very beatable Utah team. He brought his team. I will say this. I'll give this to Caleb Williams. He brought his team all the way back, and he got them the lead late in the game, 32-31. He didn't win the game. He didn't win the game. And some of the mistakes that he made against Utah, not to mention a couple of others, cost him the game. I watched that game, called the game from start to finish. And there were times that he looked okay. All right? There were times that he looked okay. And I can honestly say that's the best I can say for him and about him. He looked okay. He first pick in the draft? No. Hell no. Hell to the matter of fact, give me this button here. Let me find this button. I got a question. And it goes like this. Hey, Bishop Bullwinkle, do you think any team that had the number one pick in the draft, and in this case would be the Chicago Bears, do you think it's worth the waste? Do you think it's worth the waste of a draft pick on Caleb Williams?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
Thank you. He ain't worth it. And I say he's not worth it because he's not ready. He needs some more seasoning. And in USC season, if the phrase is true, and it is most of the time, that you only go as far as your quarterback, then Caleb Williams ain't going to go that far. I said the same thing about CJ Stroud, and I was proven to be wrong because Houston has built a team around him. Except there are some great quarterbacks coming out in this class. Caleb Williams just ain't one of them. I'll say it again. And I know, let me work this in here because I got to say it. I know a lot of people are saying to me right now,
I don't remember asking you a thing.
You didn't. I'm telling you freely. He ain't worth it. And if you think he is,
Stop it. Get some help.
Thank you, Michael. He ain't worth it. Period. Now, he could turn into another CJ Stroud and prove me totally wrong. I get that. I understand that. And I said on this program that CJ Stroud wouldn't amount to nothing. Boy, was I made a liar. But if he gets drafted by the Chicago Bears, he's going to get ruined faster than Justin Fields got ruined. Oh, did I say that aloud? So to echo wise El Jefe, when it comes to the Chicago Bears and their flirtation with Caleb Williams, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Do not press that button. I don't care. It's not worth it. And I know this was improvised, but that's Snowman's take. What is yours? Two more for you. One concerning one Brock Purdy. And I know I'm going to get yelled at by Wise for this one. I know I'm going to get yelled at because he was cheering for the Lions to beat the 49ers on Sunday. Didn't happen. Did not happen. Well, the hatred has grown for one Brock Purdy. And when I say the hatred has grown, I mean just that. More on that. And of course, we got to have a Braun sexual confession because it is Wednesday. And that's the only day I'm allowed to push that button. More after this.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Ready to hang with some fellas who know football? Let's ride. LC Muscles 28.
I think they're the most overrated defense in the league.
Steel Sermon.
We did not trail for a single second.
Tiny Tim.
McCarthy is a bonehead.
A Pizzle 90.
I'm going with my boys. Fins up, baby.
Get ready for the 4 Horsemen of Peckham's. Every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central on YouTube.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Sig Diggy had a great point. If Caleb Williams is the number 1 pick in the draft, and I think he will be, what's that say about the rest of the class? They're young. Atlanta got to be your favorite city this morning, says B. Dyer Sports. Hawks over Lakers and Georgia Tech upsetting North Carolina. That's not an upset. That's not an upset. North Carolina is vastly overrated. I'll say it again, and I'm a Tar Heel fan, but I know what I see, and I trust my eye. Where are my glasses? I just put my glasses down. I trust these 4 eyes. The North Carolina Tar Heels are overrated. Now that I got that out of the way, Patrick Voss joining us from Chicago. Good morning to you. Chris Mason says NFL is getting younger. Stuck in my mind, aka Wise El Jefe. I'll be cheering on the Chiefs come Super Bowl, and I think you're going to be disappointed. Victor Locke says, "Oh boy, you know what's coming. You know what's coming." Speaking of Brock, you know what? I'm going to save that. I will save that for Friday. What I had in mind, considering this is Wednesday, I will save that for Friday, and I'm making this an express version. Now, with all that being said and done, because it is Wednesday, and this is the only day I get to push a couple of buttons. And the first button I'm going to push says this. Because, yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you. It always will be you. Forever and ever and ever. Amen. Now this.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. LJPN, now approve all this.
Putting out a call for Ray. Putting out a call for Ray. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have talked him out. Now watch what happens. On your markets, set go.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him. who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
Cole sent me a gem. Okay? He sent me an absolute gem. Okay? And the gem that he sent me basically outlines what I felt for many, 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 many moons. In front of me and in front of you guys will be a few reasons of why I don't like LeBron. And they look like this. His delusional fans, hence the term bronzesexuals. His passive approach to the game. I don't like his playing style. The media and their over-the-top narratives of him. Good God, don't get me started. The narcissistic tendencies on and off the floor. Stat padding. 4-6 final record. The decision, an hour I'll never get back in my life. And his constant annoying comparisons to Jordan when they are two different players. Just to name a few. I'll keep the others to myself for right now. Well, I won't. He's ruined the National Basketball Association. Yes. I've said it. I've always said it. And I'll continue to say it. Why is the National Basketball Association ruined? Yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you. It always will be you for 21 years, forever and ever and ever. Amen. You're the reason the NBA is in ruins, pal. You're the reason the Lakers are in ruins. And once upon a time, even though my first favorite team was the Philadelphia 76ers with Julius the Dr. Irving, you've ruined 3 franchises. I'll say this also. You know, everybody wants to point to LeBron as the legacy of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Wrong. You know what the legacy of the Cleveland Cavaliers is? Craig Elo. And anybody who knows me or knows of me knows why I'm saying that. Craig Elo is the legacy of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Not LeBron, not Tristan Thompson, not Tyronn Lue, or however the hell you say his name. The legacy of the Cleveland Cavaliers includes Craig Elo, includes Lenny Wilkens, includes Brad Daugherty, includes Mark Price. You know, basketball players. People that actually love playing the game. People that actually care about playing the game correctly. People that actually give 2/5 of a half of a damn. Just a minute. Now, where did I put that thing? Yeah. No, sick, not even Kevin Love. No, 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 and no. Hell no. The legacy of the Cleveland Cavaliers does not involve LeBron James. David Stern set that up. Oh, did I say that aloud? David Stern set that up. Just like he set up Patrick Ewing. Oops. No one wants to say that aloud. I will. No one would. You know what? I'll say it aloud here and now, and I've been saying it for 20 years. No one wants to admit aloud that David Stern set up the Cleveland Cavaliers to draft LeBron James. Yes, he did. The same way 1985 happened. You know why no one wants to say it aloud? Because they want LeBron James to be the NBA's golden boy, and he flat out plain sucks at the game of basketball. He has never improved. His percentages has never improved. His numbers have gone down, even with the years when he was with Miami. Miami got a big fat assist in the 2011 Eastern Conference Finals when the referees in Game 2 started swallowing their whistles. I'll say it, and I'll continue to say it. LeBron James is trash as a basketball player. Period. He absolutely, positively sucks. Is he a great athlete? Absolutely. Absolutely. Obvious troll question coming, says Victor. Is there really a wrong way to play basketball? Yeah, he's done it for 21 years. That answer your question? Is there a wrong way to play basketball? Yeah, 6'9", 260 pounds, traveling all over the place, picking up his dribble and then putting it down and not being called for a double dribble, flopping like a fish out of water. How do you like that? And of course, Victor did warn me. Obvious troll question coming. He did say that. He said that aloud. But those are just several of the reasons. And now he posted something on Twitter where he has an hourglass flipped upside down. Is there a really way to flip an hourglass upside down? Anyway, he's trying to get Darvin Ham fired, and Darvin Ham is not the reason the Lakers are in the tailspin that they're in, because the reason the Lakers are in the tailspin that they're in wears number 23, and he has no business, no reason, no rhyme, and no cause to wear number 23. He doesn't represent the number 23. In fact, he's everything against the number 23. I'll say it again. He is everything that number 23 does not stand for. Period. He doesn't play basketball correctly. He can't stand to play basketball correctly, because if that were the case, it would involve him being, I don't know, a good player. And he's not. He's not a good player. Never was, never will be. So to all you bronzexuals out there that love sticking your nose up LeBron's, why don't you do a little truth telling to yourself? The guy is not a good basketball player, period. Never was, never has been, never will be. And there are more people like me that actually enjoyed basketball once upon a time when it was played for the love of the game and just happened to get paid for it. You know what? Let me go a couple steps further. I can name you 5 forwards right now that were all-stars. Now, I'm keeping the Hall of Famers out of the equation. Buck Williams, Adrian Dantley, Sean Kemp, Bernard King. That's just 4 of the forwards that have played more fundamentally sound basketball than he has. Just 4. I can give you plenty more. Tom Chambers, Charles Oakley. Like I said, I'm keeping the Hall of Famers out of the equation for now, because if I went to the Hall of Famers, it would be, according to a lot of people, an unfair argument. No, it's an absolutely fair argument, because LeBron James can't play basketball. I've said that for years, and I will continue to say it. Some of the reasons you saw listed, that's just a few of them. That's just a few of the reasons why he's ruined the game. Everybody wants to give LeBron credit for forming the super teams. No, super teams were being formed well before LeBron showed up. Here's the difference. They didn't buy him. They built them. I actually had someone say to me after the 2017 NBA Finals that it wasn't fair to LeBron that he didn't win back-to-back titles because he deserved it. Well, if he deserved it, he would have found a way to beat the Warriors without an assist from the NBA like 2016. Oops, did I say that aloud? If LeBron James was that good, he's a fabulous athlete, okay? There's a big difference in what I'm about to tell you and what I have told you for years. He's a fabulous athlete. He's a horrible basketball player. And it will not be the last time I say that. So y'all bronzexuals can continue to worship him all you want. As for me, no thank you. Now get the hell out of my face.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronzexual Confessions.
One more break, and there's actually going to be an epic 3-point shooting contest at the All-Star game in Indianapolis, Indiana. Tell you the participants when y'all get back.
Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything. Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Tonight, I'm back in the play-by-play booth as Caitlin Clark and the third-rated Iowa Hawkeyes pay a visit to Evanston for a date with the Northwestern Wildcats. We'll begin our coverage at 7:45 Eastern Time with the BetUS.com pregame show, and yours truly will take you from start to finish with the play-by-play starting at 8. So jump on to youtube.com/Snowman Multimedia to follow all of the action. We're also brought to you by Invader Coffee. We aim to serve only the highest quality organic air roasted coffee beans sourced from free trade farms all over the world. The best coffee at an affordable price. Log on to invadercoffee.com, place your order, use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off said order. Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. Last but not least, the 49ers and the Chiefs are headed to Vegas, and so virtually is Snowman Multimedia. the week of the Super Bowl, we will have Super Bowl interviews all throughout the weekend. On February 11th, we'll start our live coverage at 5:30 with an hour-long pregame show. Then we'll take you from kickoff to celebration as the NFC champion San Francisco 49ers tango with two-time champion Patrick Mahomes and the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs. I'll be joined by quite a few guests, but I will bring the play-by-play. That's on February 11th, beginning at 5:30 Eastern Time on the Snowman Multimedia YouTube channel. Now, speaking of all-stars, and I'll close with this story right here, which had me smiling. I know you guys know the name Stephen Curry, but do you know the name Sabrina Ionescu? The sharpshooting superstar out of Oregon, and Steph Curry will compete in an all-star three-point competition. Curry will shoot from the NBA three-point line, which they should extend because of him, with NBA basketballs, while the New York Liberty's Sabrina Ionescu will shoot from the WNBA three-point line with WNBA basketballs. Curry hinted at the possibility of competition on January 25th when he was heard talking to teammate Brandon Pajemski, saying he and Ionescu should compete. Didn't take long for her to take to social media and accept the challenge. Ionescu holds the record with 37 points in the three-point contest in WNBA or NBA history. Curry holds the previous record at 31. So these two are going to go head-to-head in an all-star three-point contest, and I couldn't be happier. Matter of fact, that's the only thing I will watch all-star weekend in Indianapolis. A, because I'm not there covering it in person. B, because they finally went back to East. You know, I'll do a whole segment on the fails of the all-star game at a later date. They're finally going back to East versus West. Why'd they go away from it in the first place? That's my question. But this is all about who will reign supreme behind the three-point line. Will Ionescu get another 37, or will Steph get 37? Who's going to reign supreme? I love it. I love it. They should have more competitions like this. I mean, they had the two-ball competition with WNBA and NBA stars, but they messed that up. They messed that up because they didn't have the right players playing. Okay? They can fix that. They can bring it back. But this, I love it. I love it. This should have been done a long time ago. Let me say it again. A long time ago. But I'm glad now that it's going to get done, and I can't wait to watch this competition because as far as sharpshooting goes, neither one has anything to prove because they can shoot the basketball. Who's going to be the first to 40? Matter of fact, you should give them each 2 minutes to shoot. You should give them each 2 minutes and see who has the most points. Which makes me wonder how are they going to do this competition? It makes me wonder how are they going to do this? I love it. I love it. They should do this more often. And Ionescu says, let's get it. See you at the three-point line. Sweet. And by the way, Steph Curry should still be a starter in the All-Star game. Who the hell is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Who cares? But I will save my NBA All-Star game rant for a later time. As for me, my time is up. I said it would be an express version. I will be back on schedule tomorrow, and I am working on extending the show to a full 4-hour set. Now, some will be live, some will be taped, but as I said at the top of the show, all the comments will be monitored. And let me say something to Jason Kidd really quick. Luka Doncic is not Dirk Nowitzki. Luka Doncic will never be better than Dirk Nowitzki. Luka Doncic is a scorer, and that's all he is. Okay? Until he wins a title in Dallas, which he won't. He ain't better than Dirk. Hell, he's not even better than Mark Aguirre. And I love Mark Aguirre. Another forward that plays fundamentally sound basketball better than LeBron James. The Super Bowl is set, and if you're heading to Vegas to see the game, let old Snowman help you with the power of SeatGeek. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for all of your sports and entertainment. Download the app, pick the seats you want at Allegiant Stadium, and most importantly, use the code Snowman Multimedia for $20 off of your first purchase. That's only with the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan. Are you a Chiefs fan? Are you a 49er fan? Well, it doesn't matter which team you choose to win the Super Bowl. You can support them with Fanatics, the ultimate place for gear and apparel. Log on to snowmanmultimedia.com/fanatics and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite team and players. Visit snowmanmultimedia.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics, officially licensed everything. And last but not least, calling all small businesses. Want to get your name, products, and services out to a local and national audience? Then choose the 360-degree advertising option of Snowman Multimedia. This is the network where every fan has a voice and every team has a fan. And we want you to be a part of it. Give a call to 317-762-8567 or email snowmanmultimedia@gmail.com. That is snowmanmultimedia@gmail.com. The new website is up. We invite y'all to check it out. I'll make some major updates to it today. Don't forget, 7:45 tonight, the Iowa Hawkeyes take on 7:45 tonight begins our coverage of the Iowa Hawkeyes, number 3 in the nation in women's basketball, taking on the host and my beloved Northwestern Wildcats. The Caitlin Clark effect is real. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Dream big. Do bigger. We hope y'all are too. So long, everybody. See you tonight.